Howdy. Today we are going to go over another way to release our TFL. So the TFL is our most important hip flexor and definitely our most important hip internal rotator. So if you've been assessed and found to have a limitation in your hip internal rotation, this is a fantastic exercise for you. So our TFL, I jokingly call it the front pocket muscle, because it's a little bitty triangle that lives just on the inside of front pockets of some shorts you might wear. So if you don't want to get on the ground and use a lacrosse ball to release this muscle, maybe you're out on the golf range, maybe you don't have a great place to lay down. Instead, what we can do is we can grab an object like a golf club or maybe a mobility stick that you might have, something that's got kind of a small but firm and kind of flat end to it. We can use this as a replacement for that lacrosse ball. So let me show you how to get the right muscle and ensure that if you're doing this exercise, you're actually going to get some benefit from it. So what I'm going to do is first find that TFL. So remember, there is a big pointy hip bone here in the front of my hip, and that's a great landmark to show us where the TFL is. Once I find that big pointy hip bone, I tell people to kind of go south and then go out. So if I'm just straight below that pointy hip bone, what's going to happen is if I double check if I'm on the right spot by internally rotating, I'm not really going to feel anything happen, okay? Now, if I go right inside the crease of that front pocket and I apply a little pressure, what should happen is if I kick my foot out to the side, I should feel this TFL muscle push into my thumb. Sometimes you might need to apply a little bit more pressure, but as I kick that foot out and internally rotate my hip, I feel that muscle press into my thumb. I know I'm on the right spot. Now, the point of the golf club is to be able to apply more pressure than I would with just my thumb alone, all right? You are probably not a physical therapist who's got years working and digging into muscles with your hands. So why don't we use an implement to make this process a little more effective and easier? So all I'm going to do is take the butt end of the handle here of my golf club. I'm going to kind of jam it in there. And what I'm going to do is grab the club with both hands. And notice I'm applying a decent amount of pressure directly into that spot. This is going to be a little bit sore. Maybe it's really, really sore and I just need to hang out and breathe for about 30 to 60 seconds. But if it's not too bad, or I really want to gain more range of motion, I can really dig this club in and then gently kick my foot out to the side. Notice if I ease the pressure up, you see the club kind of moving. That's another key that I'm on the right spot, right? I know I'm on that muscle because when I activate it, it fires into the golf club. So I'm going to apply a lot of pressure, and notice it's a little harder for me to kick my foot out to the side. Totally normal. But this pin and strip technique is actually going to get our muscle to release even better than if we're just going to sit here and hold it. Now, last thing, remember, we're not moving the club around. We're not rolling our muscle, okay? We are applying pressure to that tender spot, that trigger point, and then we are going to keep that pressure steady while maybe we activate that muscle for about 30 to 60 seconds before taking a nice break. So that is your seated TFL release. In case you don't want to get on the ground, use a golf club, use a mobility stick, maybe even use your thumb, use a friend, whatever you want to do, get that hip internal rotation improved. That's your seated TFL release.